Hey, welcome in everybody. It's another great day here on the replay. Well, we're going to be bringing another fantastic show to you all, recapping everything that happened this past weekend, both in the NFL and the pro, but actually college as well. And we're going to talk about these Dallas Cowboys. I'm your host, Darryl Rashad. This is my man, Booker, the baddest barber around, and my man, TJ. And also, we're going to be bringing in a special guest later on. So y'all just sit back tight. Don't forget to hit the subscribe, like, and share button. All right, go ahead and do that for me right now. So let's get into this thing right now, because the other day I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys took care of business, stomped out the New York Giants 49-17, and everybody want to talk about, well, it was just the Giants. No, it was just an NFL team. They hung another 49 points on them, so we can't disregard that. So, Tim, I know you saw that shellacking, man. We did what we were supposed to do. A lot of people has a lot to say about it and didn't have much to say about it. What was your take on the game?
I would tell you the haters were really quiet. You know, they came out at the beginning of the game because the game kind of moved a little slow at first. At least they thought. Exactly. And Dallas they came in at the 97-yard drive. Came in, stopped them at the goal line. They had a goal line stop. We came, we got a goal line stop, and we drove all the way down to the other end. That was the offense, kind of a coming out for that offense in a way, saying that they did all things. They actually did short passes, they threw long passes. They had a mixture. They ran the ball well. Darryl was playing really well. Yeah. He's running the ball. He's making it easy. That's going to help in a minute. It's going to help Tony Pollard. And Darryl start running that ball. Pollard's game is going to actually get better. He's going to have better yards per game, per carry. And then also, CeeDee Lamb. Oh, my God.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a second. We're going to talk about that in a second.
But I will say you the effect that number 3 all of a sudden showed up. Everybody forgetting about that.
Oh, Brandon Cooks, absolutely.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks. So that made a big difference, and that's going to make a big difference coming forward. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, y'all can see I don't have D.A. The Great sitting to my right, but I do got Book. But he'll be back next week. He just out this week. But I'm going to come to my man Book, because he going to go live on you in a minute now when it comes to these Cowboys. I know you saw it, Book. I know you saw it. So how you feeling about Sunday's win?
I'm feeling really good about Sunday's win. I'm very impressed with the defense. You know, when Diggs went down, everybody was concerned about who was going to come in and take Diggs' place. But the kid that we got coming in, man, he has really stepped up, and he's really had, playing a big role in that defense. And it got the defense like they got that knack, that energy back.
Yeah.
They got that energy that they had when Diggs was here. So with that being said, just to piggyback on what you were saying, Tim, they was able to throw the ball, they was able to run the ball, man. And actually the offensive line blocked real good this week. We didn't have a lot of penalties. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, when you got that Cowboys and when you got Dak playing the way he's playing, what I'm saying, is able to move the ball like he was moving the ball. And when the pocket is breaking down, he's not hesitating no more. He's taking off with the ball. And so, hey, man, the sky's the limit.
Where they say see green, take green. That's what Dak is doing. He's doing a very good job of doing that. Recognizing when that play is not there, man, he's just taking off the football. But you said something a second ago with my man DaRon Bland, man. Big shout out to DaRon Bland. I talked about him him when CeeDee Lamb went down. I mean, that's got CeeDee Lamb. Diggs went down. Trayvon Diggs went down. And I was saying, studying this young man, I noticed that he just played within the scheme.
That's right.
You may not get the big plays, the way Trayvon Diggs was able to make the gambles are here or there, but he plays solid on the back end. That's what you want to do. He's fundamentally sound.
That's right.
But you know what Dallas did, man? Here's what Dallas did. They set all kind of records, so many. I don't even know if I know all of them, Tim.
Right.
But they had like 368 yards in the first half. They outgained the Giants 368 yards to their 27. You understand? And they was only 12 yards away from setting another franchise record with 640 total yards of offense. So I'm saying, man, is the offense back, man? I mean,
they back?
If they play like this right here, man, I expect these boys, man, to go far into the playoffs.
And what we need to find out, and now we'll find out over the next few weeks, because they actually have 2 weeks. I would say in a few weeks after
the Miami game.
Yeah, once they get there and they have a few games in a row where they have some really big challenges coming forward. But all these teams they playing have pretty good defensive lines. So, I mean, most of the teams we played, even early on, had good defensive lines.
That's right.
So when they block well, the key is, can these guys keep doing this blocking well when they get pressure from the offense of another team coming in, and then they challenge on time. They just can't take their time. They feel the pressure. So to me, that's part mental. And also part physical, because the defensive line, offensive line got to need to play well. If they keep playing like this, offensive line play like this, right. I'm not worried about anybody else.
And I think we just gelling at the right time. Sometimes Cowboys in the past has always gel like early. We go win 12, 11 games. You know what I'm saying? Right. So a couple of them losses, man, I think it was some good losses, So I think we're just gelling at the right time.
No, go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, I was going to say offensive coordinator's finding his way too. Head coach, he found his way with his quarterback. Yeah, and then also him and Dak and CeeDee Lamb are coming in, and also he's coming in with his other receivers as well too. Because all these guys pretty new. Right. Dak didn't really play that much with CeeDee Lamb last year.
Nah, he didn't.
Right. He hadn't played with Brandon Cooks before ever, and Ferguson is new, even though he likes big targets. Correct. That's why he got the Ferguson. He connected him really early. But all this is kind of new for his offense gelling together, and Tony Pollard's the feature that's new too.
Yeah. Right. Well, mentioning CeeDee Lamb, let's go ahead and talk about that. You brought him up a second ago. I want to ask the question. Okay. I'm gonna come to you on this one first. Okay. CeeDee Lamb, is he top 5, top 10? What would you rank him right today with these past 3 to 4 performances that he put out there?
I'm putting him in the top 5, Jabril.
You got him in your top 5?
I'm going to put him in the top 5 because when you got a guy like him that's asking for the ball and asking for it, and then he come out and he prove it when you give him the ball, I got to put him in my top 5.
Top 5? Top 5? What you got on?
Especially when you double teaming as well. I put him in my top 3.
Okay. Oh, boy, you top 3.
Yeah, I put him in my top
3. Top 3.
Yeah.
Okay, but who would you put at 1 and 2? Since you're shorting the list up.
Wilson in Philadelphia. He's right there with him.
You mean A.J. Brown?
Yeah, A.J. Brown.
Justin Jefferson.
I'm gonna put all 4 of these together. Let me change it up and put 4 together. A.J. Brown, the receiver from Minnesota, Wilson, and then the other receiver, what's his name?
CeeDee Lamb.
No, I got CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
It's one more receiver.
Jamar Chase? We gonna forget about Jamar Chase?
I ain't gonna forget about Jamar Chase. Woo!
Well, think about
I do have to go 5 when you say that, because I'm thinking about Jamar Chase.
And you know what, though? But here's the deal, though. I mean, that's why
are you looking for Debo for 49ers?
No, hold on for a second. Hold on for a second, because I said the last plant right now.
Okay. I'm going to give him 3.
Hold on for a second. The last 4 performances, right?
Right.
So, because those guys been injured. And they say the best ability is what? Availability.
Right.
Justin been out. Jamar Chase is out now with injured back or whatever. But in terms of how they're playing right now, man, he's definitely top 5.
He's top 5.
He's definitely top 5. If there's anybody,
he's playing top 2 right now.
If we're talking again, if we're talking the last 4 weeks, you're talking about 10, 11 catches, averaging 150 yards a game.
Yeah, that's number 1.
Oh man, you gotta. But the great thing about what you mentioned with Mike McCarthy and his play call, he's finding his groove, finding his niche. He's moving them around. He even had a rush touchdown. I thought that was very creative because you're keeping them in the game.
You're keeping them exactly.
You're keeping them in the flow of the game. And then that throwaway, Dak just threw the ball up. He just threw it up.
I'll take that.
For him to have the presence of mind and the awareness to come back to the football, it just lets me know. And how can we forget the one-handed catch?
Ooh.
I mean, man, them mitts. Those are mitts. So, now you're not wrong in your assessment. Because right now, we're talking about just playing. CeeDee Lamb is up there and top 3 for sure.
And he's looking like he's in Oklahoma. It's like
he's making catches back at Oklahoma.
It's just like this is what I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he was dazzling there.
Oh man,
he was. You look at Oklahoma, man. I remember he grabbed one out of the sky like on the sideline on you, man. So the way he's performing, man. I mean,
and then the effect of this though, the effect is that Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks
got off the books.
Yeah, he did.
He had 179 yards.
But
170, 9 catches for 173 yards and a touchdown.
They getting separation now. The receivers are getting separation. I don't know if it's the play calling, but they are getting separation.
I think it's a little bit of both because like you say, if you get one-on-one matches with a CeeDee Lamb, Dak got to take that.
He got to take it.
If he's going to be that tier that, like, not no 1B, no one. We're talking about a number 1 receiver.
Right.
You got to take that. Roger Staubach did it with Drew Pearson.
That's right.
Troy Aikman did it with Michael Irvin.
Right.
Now he got to do that with CeeDee Lamb. You got to trust that that's your number 1 guy. He got to take that. But like what you just said with Brandon Cooks, man, for him to come out, have a breakout moment, man, that can only help because speed does kill. So it's a little bit of the scheme, throwing him open and also putting him in the right position to make the right plays. But we do have to work on our run game still. I think we still, because they still averaging like about 3.7 in average.
What do you think about bringing 2-3 in and wear the defense down, and then bring Pollard and kind of take Pollard back to his role when Zeke was there.
Well, that was the formula that was supposed to happen early in the year, and then I think Darryl got hurt again because he kind of been having some injuries and stuff with his hip.
Okay.
So if he's fully healthy, and Pollard didn't run bad, yesterday he ran hard with his head down and he saw the hole and he hit it. But if they can continue to do that and play really great football up front, that's going to be the key. That's going to be the telltale sign going forward because they dismantled the New York Giants front defensive line. But now I know what people are saying, but that was the New York Giants.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. But if they hadn't taken care of business, they would have had something else to say.
Right.
You understand? With Dallas, they play down to the level of their opponents. So it's kind of like you're damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Right.
In a way.
Well,
so,
they came out and put up 51 points. I mean, if that's not getting it done,
come on, man.
I mean, this is an NFL team, man.
Yeah. It's just like they said, they haven't beaten a so-called quality opponent.
And the defense, they get up for 10 points.
Yeah, didn't give up. Well, they only were 49-17.
Okay, they 17.
But they beat, but they put up 89 points in the 2 times they met.
Right.
But with everybody talking about, this is, they don't have a quality win and all this other stuff. Hey, man, this is the NFL. This is the NFL, man. You understand? This is the NFL. So, we're certainly going to embrace this win. We're going to definitely embrace this win, and we're going to move forward. We're not going to let anybody take away from it because they're taking care of the people that's put in front of them. And you can only play the people that's in front of you.
That's right.
I can't worry about, because check this out. When everybody get a schedule at the start of the season, and we don't know who's going to be who. You understand?
Right.
So if they go out there, man, and they take care of business, hey, man, keep stacking them wins. That's what we want to keep.
We don't make
they don't say nothing. Because they don't say, when you talk about the San Francisco 49, they went on a 3-game losing streak. Now, they judge Dallas totally different than the way they judge any other NFL team. Had that been Dallas on a 3-game losing streak with their players out, nobody saying we had our offensive line out against the Cardinals. You understand?
So now, and San Francisco.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. San Francisco had their players out. It's like they kind of
I'm talking about Dallas and San Francisco had their linemen out when they played San Francisco. Yeah. So
but they judge Dallas so hard,
but
man.
the 49ers don't never have the schedule that we have. Their schedule is never as tough as
now, I give them credit. They went into a hostile environment in Jacksonville, took care of business. I salute them on the win. I'm just simply saying that it's always a double-edged sword when it comes to the Cowboys. Because if Dallas would have went on a 3-game losing streak, lost to the Browns and lost to whoever else they had lost to, it would have been a whole much said about the Cowboys. That's why I say, man, they always remember those who finish first in December.
That's right.
Keep winning right now. That's all you got to do. Like we say, we're gathering information. I heard Michael Irvin them saying that. They're gathering information. So when we meet again, then we'll be able to meet our purpose or meet our goal, our expectations.
There's something to say about how a team wins a game as well, too. That actually builds confidence and actually camaraderie between the team. Dallas is beating down people, when they play them well. See, when they play well, they beating people down.
They beat them down.
So when they play bad, and you can see these are the games they play bad. San Francisco, the Eagle game, that was pretty much, but they still made some mistakes.
Right.
So that's a difference because that could have been either or. With some plays, they'd have won that game. So I leave that one as a toss-up. The one they lost to Arizona, that was just a bad game. And then when they played, they was unhealthy. And so, but the other games, they blew people out. Correct. So that's going to say something later on. And when they win one of those challenge, San Diego Chargers was a challenge. Yeah. LA Chargers, I should say. There was a challenge. That was a good team. They've had some tough games and some tough people. That's why Chargers record is what it is. But that's a tough team. It's pretty good.
Well, coming up, we got a special guest on our cultural segment of the show. So don't go nowhere. Stop scrolling. Go get you a drink of water, some popcorn, whatever you do, and come right back on the replay.
My baby's back from the West Coast.
Here are those pictures that you asked for your school project? First day of school, cute as a button.
So long ago.
Oh, here's Grandma Florence after that flood wiped out the whole neighborhood.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here.
I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe. And it's the best way to protect that legacy.
Those beans smell heavenly.
Give Mom a little credit.
You know what? We should make an emergency communication plan. That way we're ready this year.
Great idea.
At my dorm, we have emergency kits for earthquakes and wildfires, but I'm sure there's something more local I can send you with the link.
Okay.
Smart.
come to share with you guys.
Protect your legacy. Plan for natural disasters today. Visit ready.gov/plan.
Hey, and welcome back, y'all, to the replay. Joining me is a very special guest, special friend of mine. Been knowing him for years, and we're going to be talking about something that is so much needed in our community for our young people today. Joining me is my good friend, Mr. Darryl Williams, co-founder and CEO of Sports Business Institute. Darryl, welcome to the show, my brother, man. I'm so glad
to be here, man.
that you
Thank
pulled
you for
up.
having me. Thank you for having me, Doc.
Man, look here, not a problem at all, because I know the work that you are doing and will continue to do in the community, man. But we want to talk about Sports Business Institute, man. So important. And just starting out, what was the backdrop to Sports Business Institute, and how did you get started, and what was the thing that led you to doing this great program?
Good question. Thank you again, Jabril, for having me on. Sports Business Institute came about, it's been a lifelong dream of mine to do something in the sports business, in the industry. And got with an attorney friend of mine and my wife and I, and we set up, and we were trying to figure out what is it that we're missing. We're all good athletes. I mean, this show is filled with athletes week in and week out, and we talk about them. But what happens after the playing career, or what happens when they get out of high school or don't go to college or even go to college? Where do they go and what do they do? And so we collaborated, man, and we kicked this thing around probably for about 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
Before we got to this point.
Wow.
And we realized something was missing, and what is missing in our community is the knowledge of the business side of sports. I mean, we can play, we're some of the top-notch athletes around.
Right.
I mean, we're gifted that way.
Right.
But the business side was always a misnomer. Where is it?
Right.
We're not exposed to it. So we kind of put our thinking caps on and kind of start kicking some questions around. And then we started asking people that were professionals in the sports industry. For example, play-by-play people. How do y'all get those jobs? What does it take? And once we start asking questions, and we call them our career pros, once we start asking those questions, they were almost opening up the Red Sea with information to us. And then the next thing was, where are y'all people, Darryl? In so many ways, where are y'all?
Wow.
Why do y'all not even apply for these careers in the sports world?
Right.
Which is a big missed opportunity for all of us,
right,
because we love sports.
Right.
And the kids today, or even in our time and time before, we're drawn to it. Boxing matches, Super Bowls, you name it, high school, Little League, we're drawn to sports.
Right.
It's a connector.
Right. Right.
And it always has been.
Right.
But we have never been, in my opinion, and from what we've been kicking around, exposed to the business side of it.
The business side of it, absolutely, because it's a $1 billion industry.
Oh, absolutely.
And we haven't got, and we talked about this once before, these jobs that's available that a lot of times that our kids, especially over in the urban community, don't know about.
Absolutely.
And you got jobs like the individuals who sweep the floor.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
we was talking about that, right?
Well, let me share this with him right quick. A lot of times when you look at the NBA basketball game and you get the person that go out and sweep the floor.
Right.
Well, everybody in there, when they look at this, they're thinking, oh, that's just for free. No, it's not. That particular person make about $80,000 a year.
Wow.
To sweep up sweat.
$80,000.
It's online. You can Google it.
Wow.
About $80,000 a year to sweep up sweat. Now go figure that.
Wow.
Now you tell me that couldn't be a life changing for some of our kids, and these are jobs that we don't even know anything about. The water boy that works in the NFL, water boy or water girl, makes about $35,000 or $40,000 a year. Well, keep in mind all the games not even played at the stadium, and you don't work a full year.
Right.
And look at the money you make.
Right.
But we're not told that. So we just see it and then we don't think anything about it. All the sporting events that you see, professional football, baseball, basketball, hockey, you name the event, that's the entertainment part. Each one of those organizations is a business.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Accounting, merchandising, shipping, receiving, dispatch, all that's part of that business.
Right.
But we don't hear it.
Right.
So our company, we got together and we wanted to pull the curtain back and expose that. Wait a minute, whoa. Let us take this opportunity, and we're just seed sowing. We're not saying don't play the game, but we want you to understand there's a business behind playing this game. There's
Absolutely.
a big business.
Big business.
A lot of money is made and we don't get to see it.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things we have to definitely address, because in our community, our culture, You got young people. And I saw this video that went viral down, the little kids down in Louisiana, and they call it the thug party.
Right.
Thug party.
Right.
Where you're starting these babies off on the wrong foot, the wrong step.
Right.
Instead of giving them something real tools to use.
Tangible.
Something tangible that's going to afford them the opportunity to be successful in life.
Absolutely.
You want to teach them a bunch of ignorance. And I'm fond of saying, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance.
That's it.
Try ignorance.
Absolutely.
So we got to take programs like Sports Business Institute for those who want to stay within the sports world. And you don't have to necessarily be a 5-star rated athlete or played in the NBA or played in the NFL. It's an opportunity because you can be successful behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
So this program y'all started is a really, really great program. Oh, by the way, because I want to say, because it's not just him. I said co-founder. Y'all heard me say we got to give a big shout out to his wife, Lisa Williams, who have worked day and night and tremendous on this program, right?
Yep. We've got a lot of logs in the fire at this point with a lot of groups that is bringing our program in after we've kind of had to collaborate and get some things together. But we're ready. Now, we did a pilot program here in DeSoto High School, and we put our program into that school, and they loved it. Right. And so what that was doing is it was showing them the backdrop of sports. Now, not all the sport career opportunities require college. Let's just get that straight. Right. Some of them they can do in their summertime right out of high school. Right. They can start interning right then. So again, y'all, it's just an opportunity for our kids to see and know that there's another. Just because you're not playing the game don't mean you got to get out of the game.
Right, absolutely.
It's global. Absolutely. Sports is a global market, and they got to have people to work the system. If not, then they're just going to keep the cycle going with the same people over and over and over. Yeah. And we missed the opportunity.
Absolutely. It's going to be a vortex like a spinning cycle machine and stuff like that. So are there any other organizations outside of the high schools? And you and I, last year we went up to the high school here in Wilma Hutchins.
Your alma mater.
We did my alma mater, and we went and we talked to the students up there. So are there any other professional organizations that you have already had some affiliation with?
Oh, a good question. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up. We have partnered with the Dallas Wings here, and what we did also with the Dallas Wings, we not only partnered with them, but we put some kids through the intern, and now they're working for the organization. Go figure that.
Wow.
So, and then we had an opportunity to shoot the Dallas Wing executive team, which are all women. So we got a part in here for young women to see that they can also be a part of the sports business where it's just all about the women, the young ladies. We partnered with them. We did a little bit of a partnership with the Texas Legends basketball team in Frisco.
Texas Legends.
And we've got some stuff working now with the group, and I can't really say the name because we're still doing a little ink work with them, Hunt group.
Right.
And but we got some stuff in the hopper now. But our primary focus and goal is to get in these junior high and high schools so that they can see that these opportunities exist. When we were coming up, nobody ever said anything about business. It was run fast, work out, get in shape, be at practice, be at the game. I mean, we knew that.
Right, absolutely.
But we never, not one teacher, one counselor ever said, you may make a good reporter one day, or you may make a good, we just never heard it.
Right.
So now that we've uncovered it, we want our kids to know, man, the sky's the limit for you. There is no end to it. And once you're in, I think I heard your program with Muhammad.
Right.
That is now into agent. He's an agent.
Right.
But when you were talking to him, he said, I should have done this a long time ago. He didn't know. So he catapulted from this to that, and he's loving it. So there's some opportunities here, but we got to start sowing the seed while the kids are young because they're looking for the youth. They're looking for them to come out and work in these programs, to come out and do summer intern and get paid.
Right. Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
For someone who's listening out there, some parent, some aunt, some grandmother, if they want to get involved with Sports Business Institute, what are the steps? How do they do that?
If you want to get involved with us, we have an email. We also have a website as www.sportsbizinstitute.com. You can go on to our site and you can contact us that way, or you can email us at info@sportsbiz, same B-I-Z, institute.com, and just send us some information. Now, also with our program, it's in every state. Anywhere you have a phone or accessibility, you can take us all over the country. because
Wow.
it's geared for anywhere you go, we go with you.
Right.
So if you live in Dallas or wherever you live and you move to San Antonio or Los Angeles or whatever, our business also show you what sports team is hiring, what sports team is doing internships. So you're always connected to us no matter where you go. You just log in and now our program is not free. Let me just be clear there, okay? Can I talk about
absolutely,
that?
absolutely.
It's not free. But here's the caveat to that. It's only $100 for a year.
Wow.
Which is equivalent to $8.33.
Wow. Wow.
And the reason why we market it that way, because I come from a single parent home. And I know how tough it is for your mom and your dad to take care of kids, and some of them raised by grandparents. So we wanted the cost to be as low as we could get it, and so everybody can be afforded it. And if you can't afford it, give us a shout out. We'll make it happen for you. We just want y'all to get the information and know that these opportunities exist.
Wow. Wow. Did y'all hear what he just said? We're talking about $100 a year.
Yep.
About $8. How that breaks out.
Yep.
Out of 12 months.
Right.
Now that's nothing. And you heard me say a second ago, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance.
Right.
We have to be able to pour into our young people.
That's it.
That's very important.
That's
and
it.
programs like this, African American owned, by the way.
Right.
I think his wife been in education for over nearly 30 years?
And I've been in business for 36.
For 36 years. So you're talking about replicable individuals who's bringing something that's really needed within our community. And that's what we try to do here on the replay. And, we're going to continue to do what we do. Darryl is a great friend of mine. He's looking to sponsor even this show and put his money where his mouth is, because he's been doing that. This is a special program. So I say there's no way in the world I can have something like this and not bring you on, because I know what you're affiliated with. I know the ilk that you're from and what you're doing in the community, and then the things that we talk about behind the scenes,
Right.
sharing each other's vision,
Right.
how we want to pitch in and make a difference. And I'm fond of saying we can no longer be spectators in life.
That's
we got to
it.
get in the game
That's
of life
it.
and to get in and
That's
stop
it.
the madness of what's going on and start striving for more human excellence. Did you hear what I just said? Human excellence, and that's what this program represents. That's what it's doing.
Absolutely.
So is there any last words that you would like to
absolutely.
let the people know out there?
Let me share this with you. This business, since I've been engaged in it, and I've met a lot of professional people. I mean, it has taken me a lot of places and met a lot of people that I just didn't think about. Okay, so with our youth today, I want you guys to know something. If I can elaborate, young men and women, the sky's the limit for y'all at this point. We've opened up the Red Sea. We're going to give you information not only about the business, we give you information on what it takes to do the business, we give you resources of who's hiring in the business, and if not, we can do the contact for you. Once you sign up, we're going to walk you through it the best we can. Now, it's not a guaranteed job, but you got to do the work because we've already done the homework for you.
Right.
Everything's already done. You sign up, you click, you learn, you listen, and some of these blueprints of what you want to do is already on the program.
Already on the program.
It's already there. I don't know what else to do other than hold them by the hand and take them.
I can't even say any more to that. There you have it. Sports Business Institute, y'all. Sports Business Institute. So there's no more excuses, okay?
Right.
We're doing this not for us.
That's
As
right.
they said in FUBU, for us, by us. It's not about me. It's not about Darryl. It's about us. So we got to get into the game of life and make the difference on Sports Business Institute. Hey, Darryl, we're going to go to a quick commercial here, but can you stick around, man?
Absolutely.
We're gonna,
Absolutely.
yeah, because you got.
I'd love to.
Yeah, well, I'd love for you to stick
I'd
around
love
with
to.
me, because as I already said earlier, Darryl Alexander, my boy DA, he's not with us this week, but he'll be joining us
So
back
you talking
again
about
next
Darryl,
week.
my other brother Darryl?
Your other boy Darryl. Yeah, I got two Darryl. They spell their name different, but yeah. But we're gonna go to a quick commercial. Be right back. Don't go anywhere on the replay.
Hey, boss. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
I said I'm fine.
Since I was little, it was only like me and my parents.
You think you created family out of characters?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna take that, make it into a song.
Me the bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at on the way out? In my head, in my head, in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Pop.
You can talk to me.
It's been really, really hard for me.
Welcome back to the replay, y'all. So we're going to get into these college games, man, that happened, man. That was so exciting with these games that happened this past weekend. Michigan and Penn State. Now, I know who I picked this past weekend. I didn't do so well. We'll get into that later as far as these college picks. But we're going to talk about Michigan first up because they went in, they took care of business against Penn State. And I know, Book, I think you was only the lone wolf on that, man.
No, you wasn't the only one.
You were alone. I picked Michigan. You picked Michigan. Well, maybe y'all okay. But I think DNA. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, me and DNA, we had Penn State, but he took care of business. So, what was your take from the game?
Man, Michigan went in there and took care of their business. I thought that Penn State was going. I mean, I knew Michigan was going to go in there and handle Penn State. And the coach,
wait.
Get the phone
You knew
call.
that? Or was you following Tim Pitt? But you know, last time you told me, you said, I'm going to go with what he said.
And then when I found out Harbaugh, they suspended Harbaugh on the airplane, he get a call to suspend. I said, yeah, they're going to go out and play for their coach.
Right.
So I knew they was going to handle that business.
Okay, you knew they were going to handle their business.
Well, one thing, the offensive coordinator was seamless. You know, he's an offensive coordinator, offensive line. And when they first started out, you know, they had a few little problems. Penn State was playing. They came up to play.
Right,
you know,
sure did.
They at home.
Yeah.
So they actually had the lead starting out. But then Michigan started to, how you say when you start to mold who you are? Yeah, exactly. They start to mold who they are. They started to take over with the offensive line, as a matter of fact. And they started to run the ball better, and they took over, and then they kind of like, you know, slowly just spread themselves and took that power, because they really powerful on the offensive line and the defensive line. The defensive line was getting after it on Penn State. So that was one thing, too. Penn State couldn't do anything. Plus, their quarterback's not that good. So
I think you said this last time. I picked Penn State the last time. I don't know why I went. Well, I know why I went with them. Technically, I went with them because they was at home. And they was ranked, I think, number 12, I guess, in the country.
Yeah, and then you was thinking about them losing their head coach, too.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of
the problem and drama going on. Yeah.
But Michigan came by and prevailed. But, you know, I thought they would bounce back since they had already, you know, lost the other big game I had picked them on. So, them being at the house. But as y'all can see, I got my man Darryl. He's sticking around, man. This is his segment, right? He even took his jacket off, man. So he gonna dive in a little bit too about this Penn State and Michigan game.
We gonna get into.
Now you didn't get a pick, but had you picked,
I would have picked Michigan.
You would have picked Michigan.
I would.
Now you know we tell the truth on this show here.
Well, let me just tell you something. I would have picked Michigan. I would have picked Michigan.
He told the truth last week. I need you to tell the truth now.
Yeah. Well, as far as
after fact.
I mean, I couldn't wait for Michigan to win.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have picked Michigan. I really would have. And because what Tim kind of alluded to about the coach and playing for the coach and getting, I thought they would be up for that. I really did. You know, because once you lose something like that, and it's you know, it's important to you kind of want to fight for
your coach.
You know, so I figured they would, you know, come in and at least fight for it.
They definitely galvanized together.
Yeah.
Well, I know one thing. I'm not picking Penn State anymore, and I'm not going to pick Colorado. We're going to talk about them just a second before we jump on Colorado. Well, at least not this year. Right. But before we jump on Colorado real quick, I got to talk about these Washington Huskies, man. Washington Huskies, man. I mean, it was you know, them in Utah, they dueled it out. But they prevailed. Yeah. But I got to say something about this kid, Michael Penix Jr., man. Ooh. I think he's my favorite to win that Heisman. But this kid that he's throwing to in the receiving corps, this kid, Rome Odunze, this kid was targeted like 11 times. Y'all check this out, 11 times. Now, he only catched 3, but he finished with like 3 catches, 111 yards, and like 2 touchdowns. Kid is 6'3". Mel Kiper Jr. got him on his board, man. Probably been a 7th pick in the upcoming 2024 draft overall. But that kid and Jalen Pope and other supporting cast members on the offense, man, whoo, man, these boys got an exciting offense. Now, their defense got a little chink in the armor. They got to tighten up on the back end a little bit. They kind of these last couple of weeks, man, they've shown a little bit of, you know, like I say, a little bit of hurt here and there. But I think overall, man, they got a real collectively, they got a real good team, man. But them in Utah, man, they took care of business, 35-28. I'll come to you on that one, Tim. So what did you see, man, in that game?
Well, I'm thinking about them. They have 2 more games. I think they're going to go undefeated the rest of the season. So that says something to their future. And also about for his competition for Penix, man, that's a lot of trust he has in that receiver because to target him that many times, he threw, you know, against double coverage and different things like that to him because he trusted.
Yeah, he trusted.
So that says
Yeah,
a whole lot about him.
Yeah.
And then the other part, that defense actually showed up at the right time. So when everything was
when
tough,
it counted, they bend but no break.
Exactly. They did that, and also Bo Nix. That's who's competing with him. They love the media likes Bo Nix. They for some reason they keep bringing Bo Nix.
For some reason, we know what.
We know. So they keep.
We know what. So
they keep bringing him up.
Oh yeah, you gonna let him just go wash up under
Yeah,
the rug. Right. Don't forget about him.
Y'all been getting
exactly. Every time you talk about
y'all been getting the trophy too much.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Him. Right. Every time you talk about Penix, they talk about Bo Nix.
Right.
So it's kind of funny how they keep bringing him up, so everybody will know about Bo Nix.
And he's already beat Oregon once. Washington already took care of Oregon.
Exactly, and he played better than him.
Right.
So that says a lot about them, and they're top 5 right now. They trying to move. They need somebody to lose up there so they can move up. So that's going to be challenging to find out who's going to move out the way for them.
We talking about quality of wins, man. Y'all may not like what I'm about to say, but Texas got to go down, man. Texas may have to go down. Right. I'm just talking about if you look at it, because they go off of style points more so.
Texas not in the top 4, right?
I think they
they're not top 4.
No, they about 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Oh, they ranked. Okay,
yeah.
7.
So what's going to happen? We got Michigan. We got Michigan and Ohio State got to play.
We got Georgia on 1, Michigan 2.
Yeah.
Ohio State.
We got Michigan and Ohio State got to play each other.
Okay.
Well, that's what's going to be.
Yeah.
Let me throw a little mud in the game right quick. Let me just go back. When you said you think that Pennington Boy is a Heisman Trophy candidate, you said that.
Your Penix. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. So what do you think about, now this is just me, what do you think about the boy Harrison, wide receiver, Marvin Harrison?
Oh, Marvin Harrison? Absolutely. I mean,
when you're talking about a beast.
Well, he carrying Ohio State.
He carried.
Without question, but, I'm not saying it can't be done because we know that Charles Woodson is the only player where he went on both sides of the ball that won the Heisman.
That's right.
That you can say line up at the receiver position. So we know he's a shoe-in for the Fred Biletnikoff Award, college's greatest receiver. But that Heisman, I think it's going to be a little bit too much of a stretch.
You think so?
Yeah, I think when it comes down to it.
He at number 2 right now, or 3. They probably got him at 3.
He got to be.
They probably got him at 3.
What about Hunter at Florida State now?
Huh?
Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Not Travis Hunter, but my guy at Florida State, Jordan. The quarterback.
Yeah, he probably 4 because he had some tough moments. He had some tough moments during the season. I bet you Harrison's at 3.
I do too.
If you dare to look at the poll, and Bo Nix and
Penix
are 1 and 2.
Absolutely.
However they look at it, and then Williams at USC is probably 5.
Okay, but Book, what was your take on the game, Washington and Utah?
Man, my take on Washington, Utah, man, is just what he said, man. Just them guys came in.
That's why I think you went with Michigan because you said what he said. I said what you said.
Well, because, I kind of look up the team.
We're going to talk your talk. Sit on that side. We're going to talk your talk then. I got you. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with the inside trade.
Came in and played good.
With the inside trade. Clink, clink.
Defense came in and played good, man, and I knew that they was going to get up for the coach. I told them they going to play for hardball, man.
Yeah, well, let's segue over here to these Colorado Buffaloes, man. I've tried, and I've tried. Even last week, I said, I know this is
I wasn't going with my heart last week.
You know what? I think you was on the standalone.
I said.
You went with Arizona.
Yep, you sure did.
Booker was the only one that chose Arizona last week. And I didn't want to, I said, well, he got to break this losing streak at some point. And I be doggone. All the way down to the wire, man. 31-31. And I'll be honest with you. The drive that Colorado had the ball going in, I kind of walked away from the television for a second.
Right.
I come back, and all of a sudden Arizona got the ball going the other way. Yeah. So I don't know if it was a fumble, pick, or he missed a field goal, or what even happened. But I looked up, I said, boy, Deion just can't catch a break.
Can I jump in?
Sure, absolutely.
Well, let me look at it like this. This time last year, you weren't even talking about Colorado.
Well, nobody talking about Colorado.
At all. You couldn't name one player on the team. You couldn't name the coach. You couldn't name anything about the Colorado Buffalo. We're talking about them now.
Absolutely.
Because there is some change going. It's going to take a little time.
Right.
I mean, you got all these new boys coming in, a new environment. Everything is new. They have done, to me, a great job at just winning what they've won thus far.
Right.
And this is just the beginning. And they're sticking neck and neck with a lot of teams. I mean, it's just a field goal here, interception.
Well, yeah, they've been in
the game. We want them to win them all, but
Yeah.
I mean, the expectation is to win. That's of course, in sports. But man, come on. I mean,
Yeah,
let's give them a little shot at it.
Well, make no doubt about it. those games that we're talking about, the wins and loss columns, they matter because that's why they say you play the game to
absolutely,
win.
absolutely.
But in the grand scheme of things and what they've been able to accomplish this year, oh man, it's a win-win all the way around.
Yeah.
When you talk about revenue, which
man.
is the number one thing.
Ooh,
You
Lord,
talk about revenue. You talk
Yes.
about the attendance.
Yes.
And then like you say, the support with all the people
Yes.
coming down, stuff like
Yes.
that. I mean, it's undeniable. It's undeniable. But you was about to say what, Tim?
There is a concern though with they've lost 4 games in a row. And they got 2 more tough games coming up. And so there's a chance that they'll go out, with a whimper losing 6 games in a row. Because they're not going to be favored in these next 2 games coming up too.
Right.
So with that energy sometimes goes away, and also the momentum is going away from their team as well because they started out so well. And they lost some games, so many close games, but you have to learn how to win. A lot of these guys, even though I'm talking about they've changed teams, but they still got some players from a year ago where they only won 1 game. And so learning the trenches, getting better in the trenches, believing in yourself, those guys have come a long way, but they got to learn how to win. Mitch made me bring up my alma mater, Nebraska. They lost so many close games. So 2-point, 3-point game, all that kind of stuff, and they didn't turn the ball over. Last game, they lost another one, just like they did at the beginning of the season, 13-10, because they turned the ball over. Quarterbacks turned the ball over. 1, 2, 3, they threw 5 interceptions and 2 fumbles. 7 turnovers by the quarterback position.
Right.
So learn how to win starts, from the top all the way through, runs through. So they'll learn how to win, and they're going to be much better for it.
Right.
And then they already got the recipe, you can say, for actually the formula of getting attention, and bringing in better recruits to the team. So they got the formula. They'll be okay.
Well, losing, one thing for sure, we know that losing eventually will breed winning, especially when you got a person like Deion Sanders.
Absolutely.
At the head. Right. But you saw the game. What was your take on the book?
Man,
because wait a minute, I want to say because you went with Arizona, and I think that was your pick right there.
I went with Arizona, and just being honest, I didn't go with Arizona because I wanted them to win.
Right.
I went with Arizona because that I'm trying to catch up on the show.
and I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all.
I just felt and knew that Deion might not pull it through.
Right.
But I really want Deion to win.
Right. I know.
I'm really pulling for Deion, but like he was saying, he got time, man. I'm just excited about next year because once he get those trenches right,
he got some dogs coming
once
now.
He get that offensive line right, where he can protect his son a little bit more. And because the skill positions are there. All the skill positions there. But
he losing Weaver.
Yeah, he losing Weaver.
He losing Weaver, but Horn them is to be back. Right. He got the young guy. I forget his name. The young guy that had the breakout game when they lost to USC. He'll be because he was his freshman.
But I think with some of the coaching guys down there that I know Nick is a very good recruiter. They're gonna bring some guys in. They're gonna get some offensive and defensive line guys. They're gonna come in there.
I definitely believe that too. But but the problem I'm having with Deion, man, is just this one thing. Because you demoted Sean Lewis, your offense coordinator, and you elevated Pat Schumer. But you don't really say too much about this defense, man. Charles Kelly there. And I'm not going with this, he can make the call and they don't execute the call and this, that. Again, I go back to the Stanford game. I truly believe being up 29-0 at halftime. To lose that game, that was a collapse. That they still haven't, because that started the snowball effect. So to have these kids playing a man-to-man coverage, even if you want to say using a cover 3 where you covering deep outside thirds, this kid took the wrong angle. Obviously, y'all in some defense where he's not getting the call correctly. So you give up a 97-yard slant. I got a problem with your defensive coordinator, so he needs to address that. He needs to address that.
I agree with that.
He needs to address that.
There's a time and place for all calls.
Right. Now listen, that's much more to be said about these college, these scores and what happened. But we got to go to commercial break. But when we come back, we're gonna get into these upcoming picks. We're gonna get into these college and NFL picks. But we're going to talk about them red hot Dallas Mavericks. I got to get them in there.
Kyrie.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back on the replay.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
Bro, you got to stop with that depression stuff. That's a white people thing.
Escúchame. En esta casa, los hombres no lloran.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
Thanks for hearing me out, bro. Appreciate it.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Hey, and welcome back, y'all, to the replay. So we're going to talk about these red hot Dallas Mavericks. They playing basketball. We know it's early, y'all. We know it's early. And we know it's only, I was going to wait to do this, maybe 20 or 30 games into the season. But, man, I couldn't help it after the other night when the Mavericks played the New Orleans Pelicans, man, to see how fluid the Dallas Mavericks are, man, and how they're playing collectively together this early. You know what? I'm gonna come over here to you, to my good friend over my brother Book over here, man. Let me talk about these Mavericks, man.
You know I'm a Laker fan, but I do like.
Sign the alarm. Sign the alarm. In the closet, he was always laying in the cut on us.
Hey, I've been a Laker fan since a little boy, but I do like Dallas, and I do like what they're doing. I like what Kyrie is doing. You know, Kyrie, he had come here. And everybody was thinking that he was going to leave. I think Kyrie is coming to Dallas, he's got real settled, got real comfortable. Right. And he don't have a lot of pressure on him. Right. So with that being said, man, with him and Luke and these other guys that they brought in, man, hey, I'm very excited to see what's going to happen this year, man. I hate to see them and the Lakers bump up together, but hey, they looking real good.
Well, check this out, man. Y'all know I like to go Magic Johnson. I'm going to look your way and I'm just going to come back your way. You know what I mean? I'm going to come back over to my man, Darryl Williams, because, this man here was a great facilitator at the point guard over in Roosevelt, Dallas Roosevelt Mustang. But, Darryl, what's your take on it, man? What you seeing so early thus far, man?
I totally agree with the Kyrie being comfortable, no pressure, being able to just come out and do his thing. And Mark Cuban gave him the green light and said, you just play. I'll take care of the noise in the back. That's right. And they cut that off. And Kyrie, you go play. But one thing Kyrie I've noticed he's done, he's elevated Tim Hardaway's game. Look how Tim playing so fluently and just everything's coming because Kyrie comes out and set the table for them all. That's right. Now Luka gonna do his thing, but look how Kyrie set the table, get the bigs involved. He'll throw it off a couple, 2 or 3 times, then he gonna take you. So that's what I call a good basketball player when everybody's involved. Everybody's at the table eating with Kyrie. He ain't just taking the shine and saying me. No, I get you, Doc. You come on running with me. I'm gonna get you. I love it. I love it.
Too,
I love it.
I love it too. I know you do. I know you do. What you looking at, Tim? What it's telling you?
Well, the biggest thing I've seen, and this is actually the biggest difference they had. They ran a slower pace offense last year. And now that Kyrie came in, because Kyrie wants to speed it up. But not only that, Jason Kidd likes to speed it up. See, people don't realize Jason Kidd wanted to do that, but didn't have the people to do so. Now that Kyrie's doing it, and also now, Luka is actually bought into it. So actually they moving that ball real fast. That pace they have, man, is phenomenal. And they actually get some easier points, transition points, and it rests Luke a little bit more, right? So now you got the combination of both. But as you see, actually Luka most of the time sets the table after they get in. But if they run the ball, Kyrie sets the table. So when they running, Kyrie sets it, and then because Luka passed the ball up. And so then Luka will take over once they move into a half-court set. And then Kyrie's playing great off the ball. And he's shooting his shot. He said he reminded him as Kobe and his dad actually reminded him that actually if he want to make his shot, remember to keep that elbow straight. Straighten that elbow out, and he'll hit his shot. So that's what he's been doing.
And I'll just say this regarding what I saw against the Pelicans, man. Like I said, I think Kyrie played 29 minutes. Luka he played 28 minutes. And what was crazy, they both was missed only like 7 shots. Kyrie was like 13 of 20. And he was like 18 of whatever it was. They missed like 7 shots of what it was. But anyway, he wound up, Kyrie had 35 and Luka had 30. I almost had a double-double. So the way they fluidly was playing the game, I was like, wow, man, if they can stay with this consistent and getting that bench help, the Josh Greens, the Joneses, the Derek Lively's, those guys, Grant Williams, say, man, this is a recipe for a really, 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 really good year. So again, they snipers, man. I'm talking about shooting all around on the court. So I was just happy to be able to see what they're doing right now. I hope that they continue to build on that for the future. And I think in the end we'll be right there in the Western Conference Finals, man. I think maybe playing for that chip. Who knows? But we'll check back in.
Can I say one more thing about it? Since we talking about a little hoop, and I know we got to get off this. But they kind of remind me of the young Warriors. When Clay and Steph was clicking and Draymond, they just kind of click. That's what they look like. They just clicking.
Well, hopefully, like I say, there will be no injuries and so forth, and we'll be able to see what it looks like, after, especially after All-Star Weekend.
Right.
So, big shout out to my Dallas Mavericks, man. Want to shout them out. But now let's get into these picks, y'all. We got these upcoming picks, college and NFL. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this real quick because you don't have to do no picks.
I ain't.
Because DA sent me his picks. I know he won't want you.
Messing up his picks.
I'm
gonna let you have your picks.
Now I could let you run them down.
You got it.
Okay, okay. All right, we're gonna start here, man. We're gonna start on the college rank. We got the college ranks. So we got Utah. Number 16 Utah is gonna go into Arizona playing there. The 19th ranked Arizona Wildcats. Who you like in that book?
I'm taking Utah.
You taking Utah?
I'm thinking Utah.
You got Utah?
Yeah, even though it's a away game for Utah, I'm taking Utah. They're a tough team.
Okay,
Utah's
that's a consensus.
Really
I'm gonna take Utah. Oh, we ride with you. Okay, we'll say you ride with you. You went first. Okay, we got it archived. All right, I'm taking Utah as well. So then we got number 1 Georgia is going into Tennessee.
What about his pick?
Oh, I got DA pick. Man, let me make sure I get this right now, because I had to actually write this down for DA, because he got it up here. Let me see who he picked. He picked Utah. That's noted. He picked Utah. Okay, so we got so across the board, it's a consensus. So we got Georgia's going into Tennessee. Who you like?
I'm taking Georgia.
Taking Georgia?
Yes,
who you like?
I'm taking Georgia.
All right, we taking Georgia. I'm taking Georgia as well. And Darryl, he's saying he wants Georgia too. I might trip him up. He said Tennessee. I ain't gonna do my boy like that. All right, now and then we got next game coming up is gonna be Texas. Actually, no, let me take that back. Number 5 Washington is going into number 10 Oregon State.
I'm taking Washington.
Oregon State been playing really well this year. Actually, they've been doing a good job. Way better than what people realize. I'm still taking Washington.
You still taking Washington? Okay, I'm taking Washington also. And let me see who Darryl DA said. He's taking Washington also. Hey, man, so far, across the board. All right, and this is our college bonus pick. All right, we're going to try to even this thing out. So we got Louisville is going into Miami. I'm going to go first on that one. I'm going to take Miami on that one. No, you know what? I got you. Because I said this earlier because they got up for Florida State, an interstate rival. I'm going to take Louisville on this one. I'm going to take Louisville. Who you like?
I'm taking Miami.
You taking Miami?
Miami home, they're gonna come back up.
You taking Miami?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Somebody, okay. And
what about do a Darryl take?
Yeah, no, Darryl, he put up here. Let me see what he got on this one right quick. Darryl likes Miami. Yeah, he likes Miami.
You
also.
You don't want to change? This your chance.
Cause I said, I said it, huh?
This your opportunity.
You know what? I said I keep mine. I ain't gonna change like some people I know. I'm gonna stay.
When they give wrong information, of course.
I'm gonna stay with Louisville. I know what I said first. But the bonus pick is gonna be North Carolina going into Clemson. I'm taking North Carolina. Who you like?
Ooh.
Oh no! I'm taking Clemson.
I'm taking Clemson.
I'm sorry.
I'm taking Clemson.
Yeah. I said Clemson, y'all. I said Clemson.
I'm taking Clemson.
I'm taking Clemson.
That's gonna be a nice game. I'm taking Clemson though.
You taking Clemson?
Yeah.
You taking Clemson?
Yeah.
And DA said he likes Clemson also on that one. Okay. All right, but we gonna be neck and neck. All right, that's gonna finish our college picks. So let's get up here on the NFL. All right. So on the NFL level, we have let's see. We're gonna start right here. Bengals traveling to the Ravens. On that game right there, I'm gonna say Ravens gonna bounce back, even though they both lost.
I'm saying Ravens gonna bounce back. I'm going with Odell Beckham.
Okay.
I'm going with the home team, which is the Ravens.
You going with the Ravens? Mm-hmm. Okay, and I think DA likes the Ravens too. Now look here, y'all. We're gonna put some points in the game. Or something, because it's okay. Now we got the Steelers going to the Browns. Who you liking that? You like the Browns?
I'm taking the Browns.
Who you like?
You supposed to have my playbook or something, huh?
I'm taking the Browns.
I got the Browns.
You got the Browns?
I got the Browns coming in. And Steelers been playing well. They got a good record and shit, too.
They just played a good game this past game.
I don't like the quarterback.
They sure did, but I'm going to take the Browns. Y'all ain't going to do it. I'm taking the Browns. You ain't going to get too far away from me. And I think DA, he got, who did DA tell me? Oh, he want the Browns, too. Man,
I thought you would pick the home team.
I mean, come on, DA.
I thought you would pick the home team. You like the home team.
Okay, so we got the next game. We got the, let's see, we got the Raiders at the Dolphins. I'm taking the Raiders.
I'm taking the Dolphins.
Take the Dolphins?
Miami Dolphins for sure.
At home?
Yeah.
I'm taking Dolphins.
Taking Dolphins?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see who, I think DA wanted the Dolphins too. He got the Dolphins too. I ain't scared of stuff out there. All right, in the next game, we got the Chargers at the Green Bay Packers. Who you liking that?
I'm taking the Chargers.
You like the Chargers?
Okay, we're twinning today or something. I got the Chargers.
You got the Chargers?
Yeah, I got the Chargers.
Okay, I'm taking the Chargers, and the DA want the Chargers too. So we're going to go ride with the Chargers. Okay. You know what? Just because I'm gonna roll the dice, I'm gonna take the Packers. I'm gonna switch up and take the Packers. I'm gonna take the Packers.
You like that basement, don't you?
Rolling the dice.
You gonna get that chain on his neck.
That's how
you got that chain on his neck.
That's why I'm behind because I take. I'm behind because I take chances. Wait a minute. I'm behind because I take chances. Every man for himself. But anyway, that's okay. Okay, we got next game up. We got the Vikings playing the Broncos. Vikings at the Broncos. You taking Vikings?
I'm taking Vikings.
The Broncos.
DA, he wants the Broncos and that.
Ooh,
dude.
And you know what? I'm gonna take the Broncos too.
I finally got a break.
I'm gonna take the Broncos too. And then we got the bonus pick NFL. We're doing the first time bonus pick NFL. Chiefs and the Eagles. Eagles got to play the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
You taking the Chiefs?
Damn. The Chiefs.
You got the Chiefs?
I'm taking the Chiefs as well.
I'm taking the Chiefs too. And I think DA, he wants the Chiefs also. Okay. So that's going to conclude the picks on that. All right? So that's straight. Now, Book, you had the winning weekend. Book had 6. He was 6-2. I'm going to clap it up. Tim was 4-4, coming in second, and me and DA was 3-5, and it's all good. So, as the record stand right now, overall, huh? You was 4-4.
No, I got
3-5.
2 wins. I got 2 wins over DA.
I already did it. I go back. We'll discuss it when the show is over. If I made a mistake, I'll come on next week and say I made a mistake. 4-4, but he's in.
No, you count me one of my losses was the team I won against earlier in the segment.
I let you switch. No, you switched.
No. I ain't talking about
we'll talk about it when it's over.
Okay.
Because you're gonna have to in the minute. You're gonna have to give it 50%.
We'll see on that.
All right, but DA is still leading overall.
No, we're
man.
even now.
Let me see.
You'll find out though. I'll show you.
Let's see. He 38. I got 38-22. Mm-hmm. Your record. His is 39-21. Y'all one game apart, but you saying even. We'll discuss that. I'm 30. No, Book is 36-24, and I'm 33-27. So he done kind of separate a little bit, but that's okay. All right, that's okay. But that's going to conclude the picks and all that. Right now, we got a little discrepancy. We're going to take it to the committee. I'm going to see back because I think it's Tim, though. But listen, before we close out the show, it's been a really great show. We got the shout-outs now, and I'm going to start out shouting out. Let me get the first shout-out. I want to shout out to Miss Sandra Morgan, Antonio Pierce, and Champ Kelly. 3 of the first African-American, man, we talked about Sports Business Institute, right? Mm-hmm. Behind the scene. And you got an African-American woman who's the president of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yes,
so that was big time.
Yes, sir.
And I also want to shout out to Sports Business Institute, to my guy right here, Mr. Darryl Williams, for coming on, man, doing this and getting this message out there. Don't forget to go to that website. And big shout out to all of the teachers out there, man, that's doing a wonderful job on the college and high school level. Who you shouting out, TJ?
Man, you took mine right there. I was like, he must have been reading my playbook because, you got the coach, the general manager, head coach, general manager, and president. I mean, it's just amazing that you would have all 3 of those together as one.
Well, who you shouting out, TJ?
Who am I? Hey, Mavericks got to play New Orleans again on Tuesday. Shout out to them actually for the tournament. So it'll be part of the tournament on Tuesday. Yeah. They play them a second time.
Shout out to the Mavericks. Great.
I want to shout out to my girl Shakira. Proud of you, baby.
Man, give it up for Shakira Richardson, man. Yeah, absolutely. Great dedication. I'm glad.
Keep up the good work, baby. Way to bounce back.
What about A&M? Because they beat Miss and got rid of Jumbo Fisher.
And Jimbo, I love you, man. You still my guy.
But he out of there.
Hope the best for you.
76 million, I know you ain't upset.
I know that's right. We're worth 76. Hey, 76 million, boy. I'm telling you. But Darryl, I'll let you get a shout out too, man.
Let me give a shout out to the Salvation Army Corporation. We got some things we're working with our youth, and they're going to be working with us as a partner. And just a big shout out to that because this is all to benefit our children, and I'm just glad to be a part of it, and they accepted us to be a part of it with them.
Amen.
All right, y'all. There you have it, man. This will conclude another episode on the replay. Where everybody deserves a do-over. I want to give a big shout out to our producer, man, Mr. Jerome Sheffield. Way to keep us in order, man. Keep it going. Big shout out. So stay tuned, guys, for next week. We know we got Thanksgiving coming up. But until then, man, always keep God first. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace and love.